with I Never Write Ambiguously Anonymous Love Poems, Hanna Jeung.
Dear you, I pride myself in never writing ambiguously anonymous love poems. But I should inform you that never has just expired. For my heart beats so loudly against the bars of my ribs, I swear everyone in this room can hear it. Emotions rear whatever bludgeoning head they desire, so believe me when I say I cannot comprehend this moment of irrationality, but I like you. And I know others must laugh at my idealistic heart. Well, at least we are all on the same page. But I remember the other day being unable to discern if my skin burned so hot from the second consecutive all-nighter, or because I was with you. When I was 5, everyone knew I would be an artist, though God knows they prayed I'd find engineering. And when I was 9, everyone knew I would be. When I was 9, I knew I wanted to be a novelist. When I was 11, I knew I wanted to be a philosopher. And only this year did I find myself as well on the penniless path of a historian. But these are my passions: pursuing the arts, double major visual arts with English, with a minor of history, just to ensure my unemployment. I could no longer deny my heart the passion it thirsts for, and when I told them, I remember their fury. An uncontrollable rage, spitting out threats, declarations of their disappointment of a daughter who can math and science with ease, a daughter who cannot see the logic of a secure paycheck, a daughter who decided to stop living for them, a daughter who never writes ambiguously anonymous love poems. I remember turning my head away from a girl no older than my then second-grade self and feeling utter disgust towards her ignorant, fumbling, animal cracker inhaling demeanor. I hate children. They're cute, that's nice. Do you mean to say that they are small and vulnerable? Goldfish crumb-crusted, apple juice-stained bundles of pure innocence. And perhaps this is why I hate them so. Or perhaps it is due to their lack of competence. But no, in truth, the lack of competence I fear most is my own. Because if my father vowed to never be like his father and did not see himself to be like his father, but was, how can I expect to be any better a parent when I see too much of my father and grandfather in myself? And so I never write ambiguously anonymous love poems. There was this one day on spring break when my parents especially ripped apart my existence, so I walked out the door reverberating with their proclamations down the Floridan roads until 2 hours later I found myself on a bench in a multi-millionaire neighborhood talking out my frustrations to you. Of course, you weren't really there, but the lake before me carried my voice and returned it as if someone sat next to my crumpled barefoot form on the bench that overcast day. I never realized that not everyone lives under a regime, that not everyone walks through that door with a tremble of the heart. Rumor has it some walk through that door and relax, a haven, a refuge, but this is not home. This is adopt or political party or we will disown you. This is giving me every password to every social media, every padlock. This is locking away my art, my food, my money. This is make your mother happier, I will make your life a living hell. This is now no one grow up like your sister, you don't want to be like her. This is don't read that, you'll look morbidly obese. This is your father sleeps on the couch, we do not support questions in this household. This is growing up with 4 I love yous from her in memory. And so I never write ambiguously anonymous love poems. I remember, though, that one day when my parents walked into me in a smear of needles and razors and blood and skin and assuring their furious faces that it was merely an art project, that the red I swear by God was just acrylic. And they believed me. And they left me in mesmeration of the split skin, the spurting blood, and the ability to finally feel something. I never thought the pain was wrong. I thought it made me stronger. I thought it was an inevitable evil, therefore better to get over myself and accept the pain to embrace it. But as intentional painkiller voice became intentionally blister palms, became intentional cuts, became intentional burning of the flesh, I began to wonder, is it so wrong to be weak? But I'll never write ambiguously anonymous love poems. But they are more than scars of the flesh, though. There are lesions across the mind, scars of sexual assault. I was 7, he was 9. I barely fit into slims. He was all shoulders. The library was empty. The shelves hurt my back. The boy hurt my breast. The hands rummaged at my skirt. The corner was dark. His breath stank of Doritos. I ran. And even though it was years before I knew I had a vagina, years before I knew what had almost just happened, how did it instill this fear of the human touch? And I never wrote an ambiguously anonymous foot. Wait. That one night at the party, you lounged against and across me, and I liked it. And wanted to reciprocate, but didn't know how. And when I'm with you, I'm not afraid of being weak, and God knows you've seen me weak. Frankly, I'm a mess. You're a mess, and I think our messes could work. You once told me you were atheist because what God would allow good people to have disconsolate homes, that you have an ebullient twin, and I think you imply that you think you're a bad person, undeserving of your good home, but you are a good person with the best of intentions, and I know you don't believe me. Granted, the highway between your heart and mine is rarely without a tangle, but at least believe this. You're going to be okay. And that one time, we watched children stumble about, and you marveled in their innocence, and I grumbled in their incompetence. You should know, I knew you were right. You once told me you wish you could take science classes all day. Well, I wish I could take humanities all day. And the world needs function and philosophy, unity, individuality, socialism, and capitalism to go round. Everything just keeps leading back to you. And I'm not saying we're meant to be or that it's written among the stars. I'm saying I've fallen for you, damn it. Fallen for you hard and fast, too fast. The ground rushes towards me, and then it's in front of me, behind me, all around me, but I don't want to treat you like an idea. For what if that idea belongs to someone else? I was never supposed to fall for you. We are fire and ice, morning and evening, boy and girl. I can remember just last year sitting next to you in English and not being able to stand you. And look where we are today. I know that we is complex, and honestly our lives are so separate, often barely grazing by another, except I've seen you. Except neither of us are quite sure if I've seen you. And it doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Except that when I'm with you, it suddenly does. The truth is, you are a hot mess that doesn't believe he deserves happiness, who fears he'll hurt me. Well, this is my life, and let me make my own mistakes because I would choose you. The truth is, this ambiguously anonymous love poem is for you. Sincerely and quite terrified,